Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2. A lot of blood is getting spilled today. Hopefully only some of it will be ours. So, first things first. We definitely need to move Grombrundle into a position where he can defend Krokadrak against both this and this. We're also going to need somebody to shore up Kazid Bordkarag because Morkar Gorefester could just run over here and attack that. I think he might spend a turn or two replenishing, because he got pretty messed up in that battle. And I'm hoping that we can finish our business with Thorgrim over here quickly enough to come back. We're going to need to get another army up here. We just don't have enough bodies for the amount of space we have to cover. We don't have enough walls up to slow the enemies down either. Well, I mean, we're already recruiting a big army.
I'm ready.
Okay, first thing we should do is probably attack.
I'll do it.
I mean, I assume he's going to be able to just retreat, so we'll attack here and then we'll run this way. Or can I underway from my current position to Krokadrak? It looks like the answer to that question is no. I can do it to here, though.
Moving out.
You just turn around. You go back to the south. Because if we were to run through here, we would take a bunch of attrition damage. It's probably best to underway it. Who has a skill point? Gomrund Bugman. Okay. Yeah, sure. I guess let's jump down to this. So, been enough time. We gotta do this. Does Ungrim already have the trait for defeating Queek? It looks like no. He has all the greenskin ones. Okay, let's go. Let's have him be the leader then. Does that make sense? The siege vehicles and everything? Yeah, more gyrocopters come in with you. Okay, yeah. He's the one who sets up. We might not want to do this turn, but I'm definitely tired of waiting for, like, trickery to work on them. We may want to set up siege towers.
I'm going.
So let's see what this approach actually looks like.
My command is attack.
They have a ton of Sword and Shield Storm Vermin, which live forever. It's very hard to kill. The Halberd ones I'm less worried about. They got a lot of Death Globe Bombardiers, armor-piercing anti-infantry missiles. It's a big danger. They have some artillery that won't be terribly helpful on the walls, and a Doom Wheel that will do nothing. And then the Settlement Garrison is even more Storm Vermin. So the approach to their walls is actually going to be kind of ugly. This is Kareg Orud, from the name you can guess. It is a dwarf hold, so it'll have those good dwarf towers. And we are potentially going to be walking through a lot of death globes on the way up, so actually we may want to spend a couple of turns sieging here and get ourselves some siege towers to get this right.
Karakadrin attacks.
And if they decide they want to come out and fight us in an open field, I think that's actually very beneficial for us.
What orders?
We'll have a lot more control over things. Oh, I screwed up, though. I should have... Well, we can just try to kill this guy.
They will die by my axe.
I was going to say, I should have assaulted the garrison or something first. We gotta get rid of that agent in any case. So I don't know that this guy actually wants to attack that settlement. Like, the garrison here is small and weak. I don't think we're going to have trouble taking it over, and I kind of think I want him to turn around. He has places to be. So let's burn this real fast. Let us just be done with Wintertooth, shall we? Okay, the Estalians are here, and they're still in pretty good shape, actually.
Good.
That is good. Alright, look at how little damage we're taking from the attrition now. So yeah, this guy's gonna head back home. We may need his support.
Long is mustard.
Winbar Ranulfson. I don't know. Yeah, just throw out assassination attempts, I guess. Whatever. We can't really do anything valuable with him until next turn when the debuff wears off. Alright, next turn we will have a fully functional army here ready to march on Carrick Ziflin. Wait, oh, where's my other... Scully Hellhind. Okay. So next turn we'll have an army here ready as well. Or sorry, we'll be two units short. You do some more hiring. We should probably get some more traditional artillery, right? In case these flame cannons turn out not to be great, especially considering that this army is going north to fight chaos. Like, organ guns are great against chaos. How much more artillery, I guess, is the question, because we already have rangers, we already have a bunch of gyrocopters. Like, I'm a little worried about just not having enough bodies on the ground, so maybe we should grab another unit of iron breakers to go with it all. Maybe I should cut this, actually. The rangers are not useless. They're not great against chaos, but we're going to be fighting a lot of Norskins as well. The rangers are quite good against Norskins, but maybe I want to cut this guy for another organ gun? Yeah, let's do that. I'm really worried about getting chosen out here after what happened last time. Alright, so in 2 turns, this army will be ready to start marching north. It's slower than I'd like, but it's what we have available to us, so it's what we get to deal with. Alright, Guthrie. Guthrie needs to resolve this problem.
As the High King commands. Drink.
Wow, that's way more positive than I would have thought. I guess a lot of the units in this battle are just garbage marauders. Well, okay, I'll tell you what. We could auto-resolve this very safely, and honestly, I'm not sure that me manually fighting it is going to be a better result, but I do think this will at least be an interesting battle. There's a lot of bodies on the field. They have a varied composition, which means we're going to have to like pay different kinds of attention to the trolls and the dogs and everything. And it'll probably just be fairly visually impressive. You know, mammoths are cool. Organ guns are cool. Man, I'm super excited about those flame cannons. I feel like I've been saying that for like a full real-life week at this point, because it's taken so long for them to recruit, and it takes such a long time for us to run turns in this series. We can't see them. That's crappy. It's gonna make it a little harder to set the organ guns up in the right place. How can I not see where they are? They're a garrison. We know where they are. Yeah, that's crummy.
Locked and loaded.
I guess let's not block the organ guns, just in case we do want to be firing at a really low angle. I bet they can fire over dwarves, but let's not take the chance right this second. Yeah, I'm super annoyed, actually, that we can't see where they are. It's probably not going to make a big difference in the long run, but it's very dumb.
This is a reckoning.
Guthrie and...
I'm guild approved.
Yep, this guy who is guild approved, just in case you didn't know, and also Hugrim Silverhorn. Okay. Alright, so we want the organ guns actually, probably, to focus on the Chaos Champions first if we can. Can I find them? They're the only unit that I'm really worried about in melee. Or the Marauder Champions, rather. Where are they at? They're all the way on the outside. Okay, we probably have to wait for them to close in a little bit. So I guess for now, just shoot wherever you want. You probably don't particularly need to focus on the mammoth, but like none of these units are particularly vulnerable to our shots or anything. It's worth just letting them fire, I think. Oh, they stagger the mammoth. That's helpful. Wow, they're all the way on the outside. This is some hardcore cowardice. Alright, I do believe the time has come for our defensive troops to advance. We also... where's my lord? Not my lord. This guy. Here we go. We have this cool ring. It probably is most effective against, yeah, unarmored units. So we probably want to just, like, shoot it over here. Wait. I want to do it in such a way that he doesn't have to move out of position, though. We could just wait a second, I guess. But also, it's going to have some wind-up time. Yeah, it did some alright damage.
Bless our aim.
starting on the mammoth.
Dwarf warriors! Move to attack! It is a reckoning!
Alright, do they have any more... No, they don't have any more missile cavalry, so we can leave these other guys on the mammoths. They're trying to outflank us with the Marauder Champions, it seems like, which is kind of an interesting strategy given that the Marauder Champions are so tough. You would expect them to use them as, like, frontal units. Alright. Buffs up. Try to kill us some trolls real fast. I'm going to have him kind of wing out to the side a little bit. And I would love to have Slayers come around to bash these guys in the back. We got to make sure these dogs don't get into the artillery first. You guys on this side, on the other hand, can absolutely just wing out like that.
Yes! Vengeance! Plow through! Slayers! Yes! Lord!
Lots of buffs for everybody. Get around those guys. Don't stop to fight. I'm just going to have the ghost go straight for the mammoth. Actually, it looks like that mammoth's almost dead already. Never mind. You don't even need the help. So this is the unit of champions. I'm going to retarget these archers on this mammoth, probably. Sorry, these archers apparently need to back up. The mammoth went all the way through my lines. Make sure you're on the trolls. And with this mammoth giving up, I think we should probably refocus these guys over here. Gonna get rid of their ranged. The trolls have unpanicked. Seems like a fine reason to refocus.
Longbeards! Put those dwarven legs! With a Karos Anchor!
Let's wrap around on these guys a little bit. It looks like those marauders are breaking. Try to take out the berserkers. Giant Slayer should be pretty good against a feral mammoth. Try to get the range to actually back off a little bit here. Stay on this mammoth forever. Never let him go. Get pretty good use of that spell. Okay, our Runesmith is actually taking like a huge amount of damage, and I'm not sure from what. He definitely isn't getting defeated by some trolls. He has fought things that are tougher than trolls. Get in there and slay me up some trolls. Let's be rid of them. We're just going to move the Rune Lord into a little bit better position here. Okay, yeah, I'm really surprised at how much damage he took. Yeah, if I had auto-resolved, there's no way I would have taken this many losses. Given the way the balance of power bar was. Still, though, that was a fun battle. So we burn this down, and then Wintertooth is down to a single settlement and just Throg, as far as armies go. Hopefully the Estalians can keep Norska and the Varg from refilling all of this territory that I'm clearing out until after I finish re-securing Giant Home and can start pushing west again. I gotta say, I was not expecting that our campaign in the north would be supported and largely enabled by the Estalian military. Some things have gone strangely this game. Alright, to the ground. Okay, Executioner is a fine trait. Minus enemy leadership in the region. Okay, you have Rune of Negation. That's right, I totally used it. Let's finish getting the cooldown for runes. And yeah, this army's not in good shape. Not really in any kind of position to be fighting anytime soon. Kislev retook Prague, that's good for us. Looks like they're on top of stuff.
The dwarfs need me.
Alright, who has movement left? Who still needs orders? You guys are recruiting as best you can. Yeah, everybody else is good. It's weird. It feels like we should have a lot of stuff left to do, given the amount of money we have. Let's do some basic stuff. This doesn't actually need to be upgraded, probably. We're going to wait until Carrick 8 Peaks can get maxed out here. Carrick's Gall here. We definitely want to cap Fort Straghov. We're so far from being capped out here that it's probably that's still going to represent a pretty good increase in our rate of population capping. All right, where else do we need? Oh, we can cap Barrack Far. Cool. Just left myself exactly enough money, so we'll be able to max out the port then, which is another good income boost. All right, well, I'm a little worried about how things are going in the north, to be perfectly honest with you. Oh, hey, and we're about to finish a technology. Remember that? Remember when we used to finish techs? Oh. Gelt attacked Norden, and we zoomed out before we could see the full outcome of that, but it looked like he lost. Clan Angrand currently has no armies, but did manage to take Karlberg. Wood Elves are reeling. Yeah, and they're filling up the army with powerful, dangerous Chaos heroes. We're in danger. Like, a lot of danger. And of course, the army that's heading in that direction is the one that still has 2 turns left on its recruitments. Well, I mean, they're coming, and they're definitely the most technologically advanced army we've ever run. Alright. Paravon's flipped. This is all good stuff. Honestly, once we take the that mountain range from the Wood Elves, I'll be fine accepting a truce from them. He's scouting the ruins that were just emptied. That they just emptied. I guess in case some kind of Skaven agent had managed to come through and Holland, I don't know what they could possibly need to be scouted for. So yeah, if we take back the northern World's Edge Mountains, I think that's what those are, and then we get peace from the Wood Elves, that army can just sail to the west. We can get moving on all of the stuff we have to do over there. I gotta say, though, I've really enjoyed this. I was a little worried. Like, I think it's a cool idea, and I'm impressed by the scale of it, but I was a little worried that in practice it would get kind of tedious. But I feel like we've had a lot of important stuff to do on a lot of these turns. Critical failure on the assault unit attempt there, so that hero just wounded himself on our army. So we're going to let this sit for 2 turns. I want 2 sets of siege towers so that we can really, really hit those walls hard. We're friends with the Court of Liberis, right? I think. I hope so. Otherwise, I'm leaving myself in kind of an easy-to-attack position here. Alright. Yep, they're reclaiming and reinforcing. That's great. That means that when the next Chaos Wave comes and we march our armies to the bottleneck, we'll have the support of the Kislevites. Kislevians? I don't know, man. We'll have the support of those guys. You know, the ones with the hats. Alright, I know I was talking about a lack of hope at the end of last episode, but I'm feeling a little bit restored here. We still got to deal with this. Norden is a concern for sure. Oh yeah, and what Vashnar is going to do. Unpredictable. Apparently he's just going to stand there. That's fine with me. Casualty replenishment rate and local recruitment capacity up everywhere. What a good tech. Alright, and of course we're being raided, because that's what happens nowadays, is we get raided. I get to pick up Rune of Negation, and I'm hoping that we can get into Krakadrak.
You know who I am.
Yeah, we can underlay. Okay, so we'll get filled up here. It's Khazad Bord Karag. We are 3 turns off of having enough population to get the upgrade that would allow us to build the walls, which is... we're very, very far off, is what I'm trying to express there. Let's underway over here as far as we can.
Forwards.
Alright, they have 8 units against our extremely torn up line. I think we want to just march on them. I don't think we want to take any time to like do this slowly or do the replenishment crawl because we're in too desperate of a position. And I think that's actually true here as well. I think we need to accept the unfortunate attrition damage and just like sprint for hell pit so that we need to get back to a friendly settlement. Alright, but next turn we're probably going to eliminate Wintertooth from the game, or at least we're going to leave it so that all that they have left is Throg at half health, and then he'll suicide himself on a wall somewhere. Here we are not yet ready to go, but we can sit here in replenishment mode while we finish building the siege towers.
For clan honor.
You maybe get rid of this agent? Yeah, maybe. Even with the exhaustion, Thorgard is still pretty good at his job.
Never.
Man, he's very ready to do map stuff and battle stuff. It's kind of weird how few total skill points some heroes have. Can I harass them this turn? I can, okay. Let's start weakening these guys.
What's your orders?
Because apparently we're going to have to kill him. Boy, that was an okay assault, I guess. I suppose there's a version of this where I don't take any actions against them. I hope that they colonize Winterpire and we just get, like, try to get peace going, but at the moment, I don't think we have time to screw around, basically. Who do I think is more dangerous? Zaltothios or Dada? You, I guess? Oh, critical success. Actually dead. Pretty good stuff. We got all these Thanes running around doing fine work. What is Veteran's Pride? Oh, upkeep down for Longbeards. That's not a big deal. Plus 15 leadership and 6 melee attack for Hammerers. That's a big buff. We aren't using that many Hammerers, but man, that's a big buff. What about the Slayer stuff? Melee attack and defense? Yeah. Okay, this is pretty good. I'm not 100% sure that this will apply to Giant Slayers. Like, clearly it's intended to, but I don't feel confident that it definitely will. No, we're still not doing that. There's no reason not to do this. Kurgan Granite Hand is leveling up still. Yeah, man. He unfortunately has fallen way behind the leveling curve. Alright, to Carrick Ziflin. Here, we probably don't... I mean, I could upgrade this, I guess. We probably don't need a lot of upgrades here. Still waiting to cap out Jufbar. Castle Drakenhof has finally hit max level. Okay. Do I want to put walls up at Eschen, or do I want to keep using it as a distraction? Let's go Orchards instead. And we can finally switch out of growth mode and into, like, High King's Tribute. And then also we have a lot of very expensive building upgrades to make here. So what do I want to do with this slot? I guess if I make this a Ranger Barracks, or actually I should demolish these. One of these can become a Ranger Barracks. Then we'll have all of the important recruitment buildings here, and we can have 2 provinces right next to each other, where we have full local recruitment options. So I guess, you know, it would be really good if we didn't lose this, I suppose. Castle Drakenhof with a 10-unit garrison is unacceptable given how many important buildings are in it. Okay. So yeah, we're going to have to start recruiting another army, huh?
Master of runecraft.
Well, let's give it a couple of turns. We'll enjoy our huge income again so that we can finish upgrading Castle Drakenhof. And then we will, in case we get into an emergency situation, have 2 regions right next to each other where we can be simultaneously recruiting good high-level units. Alright. Boy, the one grudge we have against this guy has certainly gained in intensity, if not severity. I feel like we've been spending a lot of turns lately sort of waiting for things to materialize, and a lot of that's coming to an end now. Like, the armies that we've been building up slowly are finally hitting their full strength. Man, these Wood Elves are getting absolutely trashed. They could not have made a worse decision. This is why I didn't want to ally with them, because they do stuff like that. They'll just, like, they'll start a war that gets them declared on by the 7 largest powers in the world. No respect for their own well-being. No sense of self-preservation.
You're not welcome, so I won't pretend otherwise.
Nope, not time yet, sorry. You have some stuff I have to take from you first. Okay, Findle's moving to Salzenmund, I assume because Salzenmund is under threat, which means Norden is in the open. I don't think we can make a move on it. Don't you dare. Oh, man. I was really hoping to hold as much of that mountain range as possible by myself, rather than having the Bretonnians have it, because now our ability to own that is contingent upon the Bretonnians behaving in a sensible fashion, which is not something that I feel we can guarantee. Frog's just gonna run back and forth, raiding for 8 coins over and over again. Dude's like attacking trade caravans and making off with just whatever he can carry in his arms. He stole all the donkey bridles. He couldn't get the donkeys up because we were stabbing him, but he managed to rip the bridles off and just take off into the hills. I don't know. So weird. I mean, it's inconvenient. It's hard for us to run these donkeys now. No! No, I do not want peace with you for, like... Yes, we are enemy foes. He could have at least offered me some money, right? That offer is almost insulting. Almost. No, that offer is insulting. I am insulted. Alright, once Guthrie's back in good shape, and we have Guthrie and Grombrindle working together to defend the Giant Home Mountains, I'm going to feel a lot more secure about our position up there. It is unfortunate that we had to have somebody run out and take out all that Wintertooth nonsense, but I do think it was necessary. We need to lower the number of factions that can possibly bring their armies to bear against us up here. And partially that's just an element of the high difficulty. Because of the way money works and stuff, it is effectively the case that each AI faction gets a couple of free armies. Like, they have a bunch of free money, basically. But it's not like a percentage boost to their gold upkeep, or to their gold output. I believe it is just a flat amount of free gold. So, like, each faction has enough money to run 2 armies on top of the armies that you would normally be able to run if you were the player with their land. So by eliminating factions, like, it's way better for us to be fighting Norska holding 14 settlements than Wintertooth holding 7 and Norska holding 7. Yeah, we're still being raided. The raider stack has now hit full strength, but it is just Chaos Marauders.
How can I help?
So, Grombrindle's at full health. We probably just blow these guys up now. I don't think there's any sense in waiting for them to come to us.
For Kazakh!
Yeah, I would expect this... this is not an interesting battle. We're just going to fall on them in a wave, and they're all going to die. So we'll just go ahead and auto-resolve that. Really? Giant... The price I pay. That's fine. We'll just get some new Giant Slayers in those slots.
Who calls me? The dwarfs need me. Don't you fret.
It's not a big deal. It's annoying. It's not a big deal. We should make sure that his followers are set in a sensible way. Okay, so we do have a Teller of Tales here already. We could get a Choir Master. I'm just thinking, like, we really need to make sure that we're fighting back against the Chaos Corruption up here. Also, so now that we have Flash Bomb, he has a ton of skill points left. Like, he definitely has enough skill points to go full yellow line, right? Because he has so many fewer points to spend in the blue area, although we did end up spending tons of points in his blue area. Yeah, why don't we go yellow line with him? We'll just make him really good at lord-to-lord combat. I think he's worse than Ungrim is right now. We can somewhat fix that. We can at least make an effort toward fixing that. Alright, we have this thing that needs to get resolved. This we better do manually, even if it is massively in our favor. This is just me trying to minimize losses. Is this really necessary? Yeah, let's do it manually. I'm concerned that if we don't do this, we're going to end up losing like half of our army here because they're already injured. It shouldn't actually be very difficult. Marauder Spearmen are even worse fighters than normal Marauders. Like most Spearmen, they have a little bit more melee defense, and then of course they're anti-large. It's not particularly relevant against us.
The clans unite!
So, this is a little awkward for our cannon. Like if we set up, I guess, right where we are, it's a little awkward because enemies could come up this way and really limit the amount of time we have to set up on them. But honestly, this is like a pretty good... Let's have you guys be up here, but this is not a bad formation. The Grudge Throwers need to target the guys who have armor. Where are the guys who have armor? There's only one set of guys who have armor. I guess, yeah, also work on those dudes. Cannons should work the trolls, because the trolls are large. And that aside, we pretty much just wait. Master Engineer should definitely be working on the Marauder Champions as soon as they come in range. I'm not too worried about the Great Weapon Marauders. They're armor piercing, but they're just not good fighters, you know? Are the cannons not firing? Okay, they're supposed to be firing at the trolls. They just don't have a shot, I guess, due to the weirdness of the terrain.
Nothing can stop us. We demand blood. Move! Shoot the wazzooks! By the gears of super!
This probably could come over here.
Strike out! Attack the herbs!
Okay, how are we doing against these trolls? The trolls are running, that's good. Honestly, you guys are both just on this duty. Yes, the troll, or the Marauder Champions are the only thing here that are actually dangerous. Try to get a flank on those guys, see if we can run up and get some flanks going on everybody else, and... honestly, it's probably best if the catapult just stops firing, or we like have the catapult focus on these guys to keep them from regrouping and coming back in. That's probably a good idea. Organ guns just work the Marauder Champion, or that's a cannon. Yeah, cannon just work the trolls. Keep working them as they run. Okay.
Nothing can stop us!
Spoilers just fire, I don't know, into this mass of dudes.
Range far! Range fast! Kill them! Ready to strike! Drain them! Vengeance! We demand blood!
Drain them good. Okay. That was easy.
Shoot the wazzooks! Fight!
Unfortunately, we didn't break everybody at the same time. There's pretty good odds that we're going to see some of these things recover and come back at us before these guys break. So the battle won't actually end. Nope, never mind. They all snapped. Okay, nice and easy, casualties limited. Managed to not shoot my own guys with artillery too much. I think that's been a real issue at some points during this campaign. Listen, it's tough. Dwarves are hard to see. And we fire a lot of weapons. Just a lot of projectiles in the air all the time. Cannons racking up an incredible 1 kill. The terrain was just really awkward for direct fire weaponry. I'll tell you, Norska is like... It's like a cruel mockery of the climate around our beloved Carricks. Also, dwarves don't actually like to live in the outside part of the mountains. They like to live underground. Who would ever want to spend any time in Norska? Fortunately, for now, Thorgrim Grungebearer is done. We burn this settlement, we head back to the east, and Wintertooth is dead. And then we take out that settlement belonging to Clan Moors, and Clan Moors is effectively dead. We just have to play a little bit of cleanup. We're carving through enemies very quickly here.
The High King acts.
Okay, we kind of have all of the yellow skills that I think are important at all. We could pick up run speed, I guess. You know, he stands at missile range a lot. Let's make sure he doesn't die to missiles. I don't know. None of those seem very valuable to him.
The axe thirsts for war.
Right, Guthrie. Oh, Guthrie can't quite make it to help hit. Oh, it looks like we can maybe underway to it. Nope, we can underway right next to it. Well, I'll take it. Oh, sweet replenishment. Sweet natural replenishment. This is not hurting. A little bit of extra replenishment rate. This is probably not worth the 3k. Given, oh yeah, we have expensive stuff to do. Let's figure out our Drakenhof upgrades before we do anything else. So we know we want to upgrade this. 14,625. Criminy. Alright, let's start with this. This gives us extra global recruitment capacity too. But it's going to be a lot. It's gonna, a lot of upgrades need to get done here. May as well start construction on that. In Waldenhof? Yeah, because Eschen's most likely to burn. We could just put up a defensive structure. I guess there's no longer a lot of value in like drawing enemies in down here. We've mostly pushed everybody out of this area. Let's get this place properly put together.
Clan honor.
Thorgard, Bera's keeper. Oh, I don't have any money. Right. And I think we're one more turn on this, right? Oh, we could go now. I think I'm going to give it one more turn. They're not gaining any strength anymore, and we're still replenishing a little bit. I don't know that we even need all of those towers, but we sure will have them. So you, I guess, just, yeah, run down here and get ready. So we have to assume Lost Plateau is a Skaven settlement, right? Can I... Nope, Scouting Ruins also costs money. Heroes do not work for free. What am I going to do with you? Now that we no longer have any way to threaten the Wood Elves up here. Do I just head west immediately? I kind of don't want to leave myself vulnerable. Definitely worried about that. But I'm also thinking that one stack of our units isn't going to be enough to kill all these elves by itself. Because, like, this army could go west and try to establish the beachhead, right? We have to go around Elf Island, because I don't care for that. Oh, wow. Lothern has fallen to the Dark Elves. With only a 10-unit garrison. So here's the thing. We need to remain friendly with the Lore Masters. That's very important. But if we got over here while Lothern was still held by the Dark Elves, we could take it under the guise of helping. They would like us for helping them. and then we could use this as a refueling station. And this is like a proper capital. It's a settlement with a lot of slots and a good port and stuff. It's a bad climate for us. It's a really bad climate for us. But it would be nice to have a refueling station not on the main continent. And also, the idea of being dwarves in control of Lothern is pleasing to me for lore reasons. Let's see if we can get over there fast enough to make that a possibility. We're just going to underway ourselves over to here. And then take Bretonnian roads to Bretonnian ports and head out.
The throng is mustered.
That would be fun. Next turn we'll build Elfbane. And he will carry Elfbane into battle against the Dark Elves in Lothern. That's cool. That's extremely cool enough to be worth doing. Alright, so we're all done then, right? Oh no, Scully. Scully can actually move. It's that time. Alright, let's come down here and blow up this. I'm assuming these guys don't have any friends. Yeah. At some point they're going to declare war on us and attack us with their army made of black orcs and giants and also mortars. We should eliminate them before heading north. I don't care for this at all. So now have we actually properly issued orders to everybody? You're still on purpose. You're still on purpose. You're still on purpose, and yeah, everybody else we did stuff with. Gotrek Oathkeeper just like can't really do much. I guess we could run him down here and have him murder agents. And you, I guess we need to keep an eye on the the Wood Elves. It's probably a good idea. We keep this guy around here. Just have him stand in a place where he can see all of their settlements. Alright, so, next turn. The big battle against Clan Moors. And also, we advance on Lothern. This is kind of a silly plan, but man, if it worked... I don't even really need to be in charge of Lothern, but being able to be in charge of Lothern and tell the High Elves, no, don't worry, I got it. I will handle this. There's a sick sort of satisfaction that I derive from that idea. You know how dwarves hold grudges, and the War of the Beard was kind of a big deal. Okay, yeah, so we're just going to have to declare a proper... Once we have the Western Mountains, we'll have to declare a proper military alliance with Bretonnia and the Empire to take that mountain range. And if they won't do it, then some stuff may occur. He's attacking Khazad Bordkarag by himself. Well, auto-resolve. He didn't manage to kill anybody. He did survive the battle, though. Would he, like, run up to the walls and vomit on them and then run away? We stole his standard of discipline. As he's running into the hills, pursued by dwarves, stuff is just falling out of his pack. Donkey bridles and stolen standards everywhere. Yakety Sax is playing. I don't know what's up. When you remove a faction's final settlement, they get real weird. They panic a little bit. I'm hoping we can that he's in range of Grumbrindle's army, because I don't know if Grumbrindle has the trait for defeating him yet, but it would be cool if we could get it. Oh, you know what? I think Grumbrindle still has a turn of recruitment left coming up here, so he won't be able to attack. Throg will probably suicide himself against one of our settlements. Nope, still don't want to be friends with you. I'm a little worried about the whole Khemri situation down here. Like, it seems like they might not hate the dwarves in the mountains to the west, who will not make friends with us, and who will not, I assume, accept an offer of confederation. So we might get into a weird diplomatic thing on that. It might be better for us to try to butter those guys up with gifts and bring them on side, rather than to subjugate them by force. Because I do not want the Khemri to turn on me. I don't have time for that nonsense. We have a lot of other things happening that we have to deal with. And we still got to deal with Vashnar. We're solidifying in the north. Giant Home is coming under control, but it is still far from actually being under control. Alright, let's take care of the stuff that's easy. The stuff we know we got to do.
If you say so, beardling.
I guess this beach is as good as any.
Heading out.
We can grab this this sea corpse here on our way out. The remains of a sea leviathan.
Bearers, let's march.
Thorgrim needs to just get out of this area as quickly as possible. I guess we have to be careful about Vashnar, don't we? He might intercept us on our way back. So we might actually have to we might have to keep roughing him up. I was gonna fight these Wintertooth guys, but let's do this.
Will pay. By the king's command.
He doesn't have an easy time replenishing his troops because he has no territory and everything. So maybe we can just weaken them enough. We'll do a little replenishment creep with Thorgrim here.
Move the throng.
We get stronger, he gets weaker. Hopefully enough by the time we get over there for us to be able to defeat him. Or maybe Grombrindle will be in position to assist by then. Okay, we're still waiting on population surplus here. Zoishan can get its walls up. Does Erengrad gain units? No. But it does change the composition of the units in a pretty positive way. Well, hold on. We still have a lot of money that has to be spent down here. And in fact, we can't buy any of our expensive upgrades because they're too expensive. 12,000 gold is not enough.
Master of Runecraft.
Alright, let's knock these guys out. I would manual this if their force was a little bit larger.
I'm leaving.
You know what? We should manual it anyway because it's our first chance to see the flame cannons. They have an interesting force composition. They'd be fun to fight if they'd ever bothered to really gather up a real army. They've been sitting there in that spot at 7 units for like an extremely long time, haven't they? It's weird. They like haven't even been trying to replenish or anything. Or not replenish, recruit. You know what I mean. So we'll blow up their giant, we'll set it on fire. Actually, that sounds really dangerous. We should not set the giant on fire. So the range of a flame cannon is not even as long as the range of an organ gun. And these things are mostly good against non-armored, right? So they have some explosive damage. Explosive damage is good against armor. They seem just, like, broadly, generally good, I guess. The organ gunner's ready. We have to be a little bit careful about the Free Company militia here. They have some fast-moving artillery. Oh, they have that mortar as well. Let's put the gyrocopters over here. We're going to have to rush the mortar. That thing cannot be allowed to fire. We put our sneaky vanguard units in this forest, I guess? I don't know. It doesn't really matter where they go.
Yes, killers.
Lots and lots and lots of iron breakers. Oh man, there's going to be... The quality of the violence in this battle is going to really be something.
Slayers. Yes.
And Giant Slayers, not that I expect the Giant to make it to us. He's probably going to get hammered real badly by the artillery. Alright, let's see this stuff in action. So first of all, targets for the organ guns. The Black Orcs, right? I guess we had to wait a second. Well, let's give the gyrocopters the rush order. Oh, they're just going to wait. I guess they have a mortar. They can kind of afford to. Okay, the organ guns are doing a terrible job. Don't just shoot that lord. I don't care about that lord. Okay. We've made them think, at least. 11 bombs? Really?
Strike out!
I guess they are gyro bombers.
Strike out! Five! Yes!
Oh my god, this is horrifying. This is monstrous, this thing we're doing here. Flame cannons, kill that giant! You guys are kind of out of stuff to do, so just shoot at the siege artillery, I guess. And you guys need to focus your bombs on the gunners, because we need to not get shot to death here.
Yes, yes! Go!
There you go. This is what we've been building up to. Hold on. I want to be dropping bombs with everybody at the same time. I just don't have the micro. Oh, what? Where are you going? Change your mind? You don't like gunpowder anymore? So yeah, the flame cannons just shoot giant fireballs. That's pretty good. I'm down with that. Kill anything without a beard. They're not going to get anywhere near our melee. Alright, guys. Your time. It has come. Go forth and duel their lord in single combat here. Pull their attention away. Oh, they have noticed that they are being shot at. Oh, there go the grenades. Well, that'll stop a charge dead in its tracks. I think this should be, Oh, they're actually not breaking. That's impressive. Let's maybe finish off that. We need to get our lord out of there. He's getting annihilated by my artillery. Just back up. Holy Jesus. This is an alright army, I guess. I don't know. Sometimes video games are pretty good. We lost 10 units there. It says loss is 10, but all we lost was health on our gyro bombers and stuff. Who did we lose? Gyro bomber crew, I guess? One of the guys manning one of the flame cannons got hit by a black orc. That did happen. Yeah, alright. I am satisfied with this army. It's a little micro-intensive, which makes me bad at using it. I'm going to have to pause a lot with them, probably. But on the whole, I think they seem to be pretty effective. Oh no. I just got this program is not responding. Let's just click wait for... Okay. Good waiting. Good patience. Yeah, that was a fun battle.
Lord of Clan Morgrim.
Also, this guy needed some XP, right? Didn't have any of his runes yet.
Casting the runes.
Okay, we're going to be running north entirely through friendly territory, so we've got some good replenishment time. Shouldn't be a problem. I really let him get hit by a lot of explosives. It's probably better, actually, if we heal up in Khazid-Bord Karag, right? We managed to move close enough that we can do that. That'll keep us safer from Morkar Gorefester. Not completely safe, but safer. And this settlement at least has a defensive structure in it. The next thing we need to do, actually, probably, is upgrade Krakadrak so that we can put a wall in here as well. Alright, and then we have a lot of money left to do upgrades with, because we need to have some carryover for next turn so that we can actually do some of the Drakenhof stuff. But, like, reinforcing the gate at Hell Pit seems like a wise idea. Zoishenk is already working on its upgrades. Probably not actually in danger from the Wood Elves. I guess we don't need to be at war with them anymore. So they still hold Salzenmund, Dietershafen. That might be Dietershafen, or maybe Dietershafen. Does Hafen mean house? Is this Dieter's place? What do you think the Wood Elves have done to Dieter? Oh no. I do wish that Brass Keep was not the same color as Hockland, and the Wood Elves had the same color on the map. That's unfortunate. But yeah, like, let's see. Do they want peace? They do.
Already be dead.
What would you give me? What if I said, I'll give you a peace treaty and I won't annihilate any of your stuff, but you have to give me 10,000 gold?
Preposterous.
Preposterous, he says. Well, we do want to be at peace. Like, I don't want them popping up in my territory. Maybe they'll give me a smaller payment? How about 3,000 gold? Likelihood of success low. How about any money at all? My guess is that he's not down for, like, any money at all. Alright, I'll take that. 1,000. Did he call me a stunted fool? That's shitty. That's a shitty thing to say. Hold on, I thought I saw a green face next to a trade route symbol that wasn't filled in. Did I? No, I guess not. Do you guys want to be friends? We have a lot of friends in common. Can we get... Okay. That'll push us positive. We can maybe get a trade route going with them. I do like to have mutual buddies. Okay, it was the followers of Nagash, who we are not trading with on principle, and also because I'm scared of the Tomb Kings. So yeah, go ahead and show me this. Oh gee, what a surprise! It's a place that we knew had to have Skaven in it. Alright, you need more yellow stuff, I guess. Even more armor. So an 8-unit garrison. I'm Lost Plateau also. It has to be, right? Okay, so we still have this to do. I'm going to do that last, obviously. So we're not at war with you anymore. I guess... Do I still want this guy to be here? Just keeping an eye on what's going on? I think I do. I think we wanna have an eye in this area. Here in Jufbar, we probably don't want to do any upgrades. I should probably just save money, right? Yeah, and it's not going to show me anywhere that's ready to do a level 5 upgrade, because we don't have the money. Or, actually, we do just barely have the money. But let's save the money, in any case. Okay, let's do it.
Attack them.
Oh, also, before I forget. Elfbane. And we hand it off to what's-his-face over there. Actually, do we give it to that guy, or do we give it to... Who is he? Scully? No, Dullad. Do we give it to Dullad, or do we give it to Kurgan? Kurgan doesn't have a weapon currently. Yeah, it can be his sword. Because he's a better all-around fighter. A Thane with combat skills is better at actually killing people than a Rune Lord is. Okay, let's do it. Let's go and have a great big climactic brutal battle here. This is probably going to hurt.
Seek out doom.
So we have 3 siege towers. We will get to the walls. It's a matter of what we'll do once we're there. It's going to be tough. They have a lot of ranged and stuff. I think we win this. I think this is a bad read. I'm a little nervous. Honestly, they have a lot of stuff. And most of their stuff is actually going to be directly relevant. They haven't spent a lot of effort building, like, Hell Pit Abominations or anything. You know, Hell Pit Abominations aren't bad units, to be clear. It's not like it's a big mistake to build one. They're just bad units to build in a siege defense because they're not relevant to the battle, right? You will not be engaging your Hell Pit Abomination until after the battle is over, probably. I guess if you're the person defending against an AI assault, you could wait for them to try to take the walls and then rush out the gates and attack their artillery with your Hell Pit guy. And the fact that you can do that means that they will always have to be worried about it, so they'll have to keep some guys in reserve. So by having a Hell Pit Abomination around, you maybe reduce the amount that they hit the walls. Should we split our force? Maybe I should split my force. Because we have enough towers. Like, we're not going to be able to dock a tower here, right? We could maybe get 2 on this wall, maybe get 2 on this wall, and we have 6. So we could also head for this wall, and then I guess that would give us the ability to have ranged troops lined up here to support our other guys. Yeah, we should probably do it that way. So, put a couple of these units... Man, why does it have to be the Slayers who are in the things? Can I... If I tell this unit to drop siege equipment, and then I have, like, a unit of Longbeards... Okay, good. I can micromanage who's in the towers. It's not the Slayers. Ever. Slayers can come up afterward. Okay, here we go. This is how we want to do this. Somebody engages first, and then the Slayers follow up afterward. So we're going to run this guy to here, this guy to here. I'm not actually 100% sure that you can dock 2 siege towers next to each other on these walls, but we're going to try it. If not, I don't know what we'll do with the extra siege towers. And the grudge throwers probably should try to be in a position where they're not vulnerable to too many towers. And aside from that, it's pretty much academic, because the towers are not going to shoot at the other units. They will totally shoot at artillery, they will totally shoot at the siege towers. I doubt they would shoot at anything else. Okay, so we've made them spread their units out along the wall pretty widely. God, we have so many storm vermin to fight through. This is going to be a miserable, like a total slog. I want fire on the Death Globe Bombardiers right away, like right this second. Actually, yeah, let those guys have it too. I am so worried about Death Globes. They're actually, like, really dangerous. It should probably back up a little bit. Okay. Let the siege towers move forward and absorb the brunt of the enemy attack. Unfortunately, siege towers are even slower than our normal dwarf units, so we're going to have to wait quite a while before it's time to move forward. Also, I don't know if you know this, but you're not supposed to skirmish. That's not useful. Don't skirmish. Wait, I forget. Should we skirmish? I was hoping one of them would say it again right at that moment. Okay, there it is. Okay. Thank you for clarifying. I'm glad we have a lot of Thunderers for this battle, actually. Given the number of Storm Vermin we're going to be facing, it's very helpful. Oh, right. This is happening. Well, fortunately, we have units standing here waiting. I totally forgot about that nonsense. The organ gun... Boy, the organ gun has to get close. And it's going to take a year to get over there. I'm going to make sure we grab the other catapult as quickly as possible. And it's probably time to start moving these units up. Alright, all of you. You want to make sure you're not going to outrun your your siege towers, but once that's solved, you can just go ahead and go. Alright, so you have to be a little bit careful. The Death Globes are armor piercing, so you don't want to get the gyrocopter into a position that's too risky. But also, we do want to drop these bombs. It's kind of funny that the Regiment of Renowned Gyro Bomber is actually less effective, or it has fewer bombs rather, than the normal ones. But I do want to drop bombs on the Death Globes if I can. So we got to try to just approach them from angles they're not directly facing. Okay, that's some good stuff there. Okay, and we're absolutely in control on that other unit of dudes who spawned. You guys all pretty much just need to get up by the wall. We'll figure it out after. Alright, units of Slayers up, and then Ungrim himself, he's like 2 units of Slayers. He can get up there.
Gyrocopter! Move!
Gyro Bomber did some fine work there. Oh, their Warp Lightning Cannons do shoot the top of the walls. I was hoping they would not be able to do that.
Long be it!
Okay, they actually didn't defend this part of the wall at all. Not that I super expected them to, but I kind of thought there was a possibility. The whole reason we put these siege ladders up was so that we would have the ability to flank their guys on the wall. Try to make the taking of the walls portion of this as short as possible. So let's get a bunch of ranged over to these siege towers. Alright, who has bombs?
Go! Range fast! Move now!
We can probably get a pretty decent hit on these guys. Oh, there's the Warp Lightning. Oh man, look at the density of their units. That wasn't a good idea. Don't make your guys that dense. And also we're going to be constantly under attack here. Okay, that's actually kind of a problem. Everybody turn and help them. The rest of our units aren't in defensive positions yet. I'm going to leave a single unit of normal Slayers up here, but everybody else has got to get moving. You guys are the defenders of the artillery. Well, I mean, everybody's moving as fast as they can already. The problem isn't that we're not going, it's that we're dwarves. Okay, those guys will get torn up pretty quickly. I guess he built this ladder. Oof. Yep, the lightning cannons and the warp lightning spells. We're taking some hits here. Some things about this are not working totally optimally. Just do your best, man. Those longbeards are getting chewed up. Keep buffing everybody as well. I'm not going to pop my personal buffs just yet. I should actually probably be over here trying to fight this plague priest. Gonna make sure this guy goes down. Oof. Yep, there's a lot of places where we are densely packed on the wall. Not really a lot to be done about that. Okay, those guys are dealt with. How well defended are those crews? Oh, they're not defended at all, in fact. Okay, never mind. I had assumed that they would keep ranged over there, but apparently not. So let's go solve that problem. We might take a little bit of hurled death globe fire here on our way back. Yeah, see, they got some of their death globe guys just like way outside the battle for no reason. Oh, they moved Stormvermin up to fight us on the wall over here. After not initially defending it, they decided it would be a good idea to put some guys up there once we had control. Okay, so how do we want to do this? Like, how am I proceeding from here? Do we want to pour more guys up onto the wall and try to do a rush down off of the wall over here, or do I want to like slowly burn them out on the wall? I guess slowly burn them out on the wall is probably the right move. We just need to get rid of the crews quickly. I just assumed that they were going to play a lot better than they were playing. That's my bad. Alright, get up there and make it happen. We should probably send some more melee dudes after them Just to make sure that we don't, like, totally lose control of that. Yeah, let's go up the wall. Especially since going up the wall doesn't tire us. Thanks to the magic of the siege elevator. And we really only need one unit back here guarding the artillery. This one still has bombs. Yeah, have him come over here.
Shoot our wizards! Nothing can stop us! Will do!
That was an okay crew hit.
Understood, Lord! Plow through!
Actually, I guess I should have the three of you work on the same thing. That probably makes more sense.
Thunderers! We demand blood!
Weird, why can't I get the, can't get the triangles to appear over here? I want you to, yeah, like... Huh. You can't stand against this part of the wall. Weird. Okay, well, come over here and do it, I guess? Alright, all the buffs. Everybody needs to be moving this way. Hopefully this will not motivate a bunch of them to run down off the wall. You know, like these guys already did. Trying to give you a move command onto the wall. I don't want you to fight stuff. I want you to just get back on the damn wall. Alright. This appears to have been fairly effective. As soon as they get these guys actually broken, we'll work the Plague Claw catapult crew. Still getting into position here. They just run damaged Death Globe Bombardiers up here to melee fight my Thunderers? I have to imagine Thunderers are better at melee.
Start climbing! Get your bears up here!
More bodies, more bodies.
Yes!
Okay, as soon as that crew breaks, we get these guys. Okay, so now the walls are a lot safer for us. They are still throwing their death globes up here, which is a little unfortunate. There's only so much we can do about it. And they're getting like little bits of, little tiny groups of Skaven up on the walls to oppose us, so that we are having trouble getting our guys disengaged to come over here and help with this.
All right! Longbeards! String the axe!
Okay, I mean, we're getting them. It's just taking a while.
Thunderers! We stay put! Slayers!
That's the whole reason you're up here. Slay these guys in the back.
Ready!
Oh, looks like we actually do have some fire coming down off the wall now. I'm not too worried about the slingers. Slingers do bad damage at best to armored units.
Yes, Lord!
Don't let those dudes back in. Okay, I think we are really taking control of this situation.
Stuff!
I think we got this part of the wall. It looks like they're not even trying to contest it up here anymore. I don't see any combat. We could jump down and massacre those dudes, but then we'd invite a rush from all of the storm vermin who are still up. I'm not 100% sure I want to do.
Obey me! Attack the earth!
And we're still getting ranged fire from outside on these guys, so... And we're winning this. We're just not winning it without taking any damage.
Attack the earth!
Well, they're really, they're really just gonna let me have whatever fun I want to have over here. So I'm gonna group the guys up together. Gonna fire some. Ooh, oh, you're out of ammo. Don't go down there. Don't go down there. I guess the plan is to outlast me, right? I will soon not have any ammunition left. I guess you can actually come over here and drop on the backs of some guys who are engaged on the wall. I'm too distracted to really get anything done about it. And I'd much rather we be shooting at the storm vermin. So just let the slingers do the thing the slingers are going to do. I didn't notice the out of ammo notification for this guy. I guess there's a lot going on. Let's have him drop in on the backs of these sword and shield guys. I think the halberd guys are gonna get killed by the slayers anyway. It'll take a minute, but it's gonna happen. Move the Thunderers up on the wall here so that they can get some good direct shots in. Yeah, it looks like we've really broken down a lot of their armored guys, though.
We'll guard it.
The only things they really have left are the things they were able to get into the village square to get away from us. Yeah, the gun lines on the walls is terrifying. There's not really anything they can do about it. The gyrocopters are leaning in and laying down the rotor on the backsides of all these guys. Yeah, I don't really think we're taking any damage from the slingers at all. I don't want to drop my my gyrocopters on them, because if I do that, we're immediately going to get hit by the Doom Wheel, and Doom Wheel definitely has armor piercing. I don't want to mess with that.
We stay hot.
There's still a unit of Sword and Shield Storm Vermin over here that I don't really want to mess with directly. Okay, let's move the artillery up. I think we've done some fine work here. We could just get control of the gatehouse, roll the organ guns in, and have that be the way that we deal with... Wait a minute. What's going on with you guys? Okay, they managed to get all disconnected by that one unit of clan rats. So actually, this catapult still has quite a bit of ammo. This one apparently hasn't fired even once.
We are relentless. Nothing can stop us.
Now we got the firing line set up here. So we're going to get to ventilate that group. Yeah, this is terrible for them. It's going to take a minute or two for this battle to resolve, but it is over for sure. Oh, never mind, they're properly broken. So, I mean, unfortunately, I think it's probably right for us to just kind of wait for the guns to do their work on all these storm vermin, because we sustain serious losses when fighting storm vermin. It is a real problem. I shouldn't glibly fight storm vermin for no reason. Get back on the wall. Yeah, geez, look at this. The thing is, if they kept their death globes more inside the wall, so that we would, when we hit the wall, they could just throw up at us more, I think they would have done a lot better. They got themselves in a real rough position with their death globes being on the wall against the siege towers. So we took no damage from them on the approach, and then we just had Longbeards right in their faces. The siege towers were absolutely the right play. I may have built more than I needed, but it was a very good thing that we did. So you guys are just about dead. There's a unit of storm vermin here, hiding against the wall that we're just going to have to descend on. But I think it's about time to get to the descending. Catapults. Let's... hold on. I'm going to group all these catapults together. Can you guys hit this? Yeah. We have good angles on that. So actually, we should probably let the catapults do their work a little bit here. Kind of hoping to see a big... There we go. See him firing now. Let's see how this does. You know, it's indirect fire. Accuracy is going to be a problem at the best of times with the catapult. So, not totally ideal. But yeah, these guys are mega dead. Alright, I think let's descend from the wall. Everybody start getting down. We're going to do a lot of damage to these guys during the approach. There's that one dude up there who kind of has vision on them. Let's grab the gyrocopters and pull them out to the side. I don't know what my plan is with them. But they're not in any danger. I don't think there's any ranged units left, so it's not dangerous to us to keep them over here. See if we can maybe get range to fire on those guys with one set of guns.
For the ancestors.
Those guys actually permanently broke as soon as we approached them, and that apparently was enough to finish the battle. They came to the same conclusion I did. Well, this is over. That's a close victory. I lost 800 units, they lost 2,500. Not to mention the fact that all of this stuff is actually dead. Sorry, 2,600. Yeah, I mean... I guess that's close in that those numbers are only one order of magnitude apart? That counts somehow, probably. I mean, look, some of these Deathglobe guys still did good work. Deathglobe bombardiers are really scary anti-infantry units. They're a little hard to use because their range is low and they're not that fast. But really, really powerful. So we completely eliminated Wintertooth this episode. Clan Moors is on the back foot and will almost certainly be eliminated next episode as we push south. We lost one unit in Ungrim's army, and Crag's army is actually in fantastic shape. They can just push south like right away. We definitely want to occupy this. You know what? I'm going to loot it and occupy it. I bet the buildings here aren't really that good. Okay, we get that trait for Ungrim, which is fantastic. Yeah, this isn't going to be too expensive to repair, and I want to start one of those Drakenhof upgrades right now. This one. Okay, so let's repair as much as we can now with the remaining money. Here we go. Repair that. We don't actually even need this. I'm just going to tear this down. We can have the basic recruitment structure in the small settlement. And then here, growth, right? If we're ever going to get Karagorod to max level. Oh, hey, it's a strategic location. Oh, right, for the Skaven. We don't get a unique building here. Yeah. We do get Obsidian, although we already have Obsidian. Still, more trade is good. We're still making a lot of money off trade, right? Yeah, I'll say so. It's a fair amount of our income. Okay, so you are exactly where you need to be. And I think I'm going to hit the button here. I think from now on, I'm going to try to end episodes at the beginning of a turn rather than at the end of a turn so that we don't start the episode and then immediately have to wait. So let's go ahead and get ourselves to next turn here.
Greetings. You no doubt have a
I don't know what benefit there is to me in doing that. Yeah, Clan Engrund is powerful. Doing really well. This I'm still concerned about. Like, the chaos situation is still a worry, and it's only going to get worse, remember. Because when we take this guy down, it's probably going to prompt the next full chaos invasion, which is going to be, you know, 5 stacks of guys like this. Fortunately, we're well on our way to being properly fortified against it. You gotta take back Sjöktraken and get some walls up there, but it shouldn't be too hard to do. And the Bretonnians and everybody will stay on the Wood Elves and try to keep them weak. But we don't have to worry about this. Not our problem anymore. And I assume here we're going to see Throg just suicide. He's at least going to suicide against a settlement that contains a person now, so maybe we'll get the trait. Although, you know, Guthrie might already have the trait for defeating him. Okay, faction destroyed, Wintertooth. Yeah, I think Guthrie had already defeated him in battle. Well, that's half of the Norskins that we need to get rid of. It actually doesn't matter whether the Varg survive, although I would like them not to because they're jerks, and also I'm afraid of Sirtha Ek. But we actually did... destroying Wintertooth was one of our objectives. We still have to get rid of Norska, and we still have to get a bunch of mountain ranges, but I think we've done everything else. We built the Great Slayer Shrine, we have enough armies and units, and we have enough Slayers. Oh, speaking of Slayers, that's right, I gotta do a thing for Grombrindal's quest. I guess we can take a quick peek at that item, the item that we'll earn from that quest, and figure out whether we actually care or not. It may be the case that we don't care enough. Because, like, having to kick 3 units out of his army so that we can put normal Slayers in so that... Oh, you know what? I'm recruiting Giant Slayers with him right now that could have been normal Slayers. We could have made this a little easier on ourselves. In fact, because we knew we had to sit and replenish, I should have just hired the Slayers. Although, that would have meant that we have a bunch of Slayers in his army, a bunch of non-ideal units in his army, at a time when we are about to face down what is actually a pretty dangerous stack. So maybe it's better I just focus on, like, making his army actually good. Don't you dare steal my Leviathan corpse. Alright. We're still friends for now, tentatively. Yeah, I hope the Estalians are able to hold up here. It'll make things a lot easier for me if the Norskins have to go through somebody to get to me. It's so weird that they even... Like, why did they come all the way over here? Their territory is so far away. Oh, the Warherd. I thought the Warherd faction was dead. Or at least, like, they didn't have an army left. This is super weird. Ooh, free Ogre Blade. We will actually totally use that Ogre Blade. I have a use for that in mind. So let's jump over to Grombrindal.
The dwarfs need me.
The Runehelm of Jufbar is this new trait. Or the new thing. So small physical resistance, small armor, an augment that gives allies in range 16 leadership. You know what? I'm not in a hurry to get this. I don't think this item's that good. What's he using in that slot now? Oh, his Fireball Ring. Yeah, I'm not in a big hurry to get that. That's not a big problem. Okay, so that is going to be where we call it for today. Let's real quick look at our objectives. So yep, Norska is the only faction that we have left to destroy. We are missing still a lot of the mountains. This gets us Giant Home. The Northern Grey Mountains we're going to have to do some alliances for. We're almost done with this. We just finished Charnel Valley. We had to get Atalan, the Spine of Sotek, and then all of the Dark Elf Mountains. Yeah, we're about to engage on a long period of fighting Dark Elves. Anyway, that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time. Our long period of fighting Dark Elves may begin. And we'll see you then.